Come in. George?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, nice to meet you, man.
You too.
You're friends with Corey then, right?
Yes, indeed.
I talked to Corey the other day. I was wondering if you could help me out with this project I'm doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trying to learn more about like the Catholic and public schools, like the difference between them.
Okay.
I was just wondering, after spending 4 years at Walsh, how would you describe your overall experience there?
Overall, I had a great experience. You know, I met a lot of new friends. You know, had a lot of good times. Academically wise, it was pretty rigorous at some points, but for the most part, I enjoyed it.
Okay, and did you play any sports?
I played ice hockey for a total of 3 years.
Ice hockey?
Yeah.
And you guys travel for that? Or?
Yes, I actually went all over the place, from Pittsburgh to all over Cleveland.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, and could you maybe just give me a couple examples of why going to a private school, in your mind, benefited you instead of going to maybe a public school? Just like educational and development-wise?
Yeah, before I went to high school, my parents pretty much gave that option of either going to private school or public school. I gone to a private grade school for 8 years prior to going into Walsh. My dad actually went to Walsh, so that was one of the main factors. He had a great experience there, and it was pretty close compared to the other private high schools in the area, and a lot of my friends were going also, so it was pretty much a natural choice.
So did you even visit any other private schools?
Yeah, so I visited Hoban. One of my cousins attended there. I liked it, but I just felt more comfortable at Walsh.
If any, do you think there were any negative factors to the school structure, the educational structure?
Education-wise, pretty solid. You know, they did a good job. For some people, it's pretty rough. I mean, my freshman year, I had a little trouble, but eventually just got over it. So, came out pretty good in the long run.
Okay. How do you think the dress code factored into students' behaviors? Because I mean, a lot of people say that like just having a dress code like eliminates bullying and everyone looks the same, so it's kind of just less cliques and. Yeah,
the dress code sometimes got pretty intense there. You know, if you're wearing the wrong shoes, wearing the wrong shirt, you'd have a detention, demerits. Overall, I think it wasn't the worst thing. You know, I mean, as I got older and after being in private grade school for so long, kind of wanted to, you know, just wear some regular clothes. But by that time, I was just so accustomed to it that it didn't matter. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people tried to get a little, you know, wild with the dress code, and you know, there were obviously repercussions. But you know, I think it did at some point, you know, maybe help deter like cliques from, you know, being notorious for what they do. And
yeah, just trying to get everyone in a more friendlier situation.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, obviously, tuition at a private school is. You actually have to pay for it. It's not like a public school where everything's pretty much paid for besides
exactly.
beginning dues. How do you think this affected the environment and facilities, like just the gym, the classrooms? Like, how do you think that works in your benefit or more towards professor salaries? Or
from my opinion, I would definitely say it worked in the benefit of the school. Halfway through, started to get a little rough. I mean, tuition kept rising every single year. Actually, pretty ridiculous. Where I go to school at Akron University right now, it's actually cheaper than it is to go to Walsh, which is pretty ludicrous. Wow. So, but yeah, they're always adding stuff on, always asking for more money. But you know, to them it's good. Some others, you know, not so great. Yep.
Well, I think that about wraps it up. If there's anything else you'd want to add, feel free. But you got pretty much everything you need.
All right, awesome. Nice to meet you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Take it easy. Come in. Hi Corey, how's it going?
Hey, good to see you.
You too, how's Akron going?
It's going pretty good.
You're in the business program, right?
Yeah, so I'm starting right now.
Well, with the email you saw that I sent you the other night, I'm doing a project on the differences between public and private high schools. And since you went to both Walsh and Medina High School, I was thinking maybe I could ask you a couple questions.
Yeah, sure.
What led you to go to Walsh instead of maybe a different private school in the area? Or?
I pretty much went to Catholic school my whole life. Went to St. Francis Elementary School. And my dad went to Walsh, and everyone, pretty much my family went to Walsh, so it's also a decision.
Okay. What about So your brother went there, you said?
Yeah, he graduated in '03.
Okay, so you've been to the school and everything before you actually
Yeah, I've been around there a lot.
went there freshman year?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you maybe run me through like a typical day at Walsh? Like, I'm sure you guys had prayer sessions, maybe beginning of the day, or how did that work?
We've had prayer pretty much every morning, and every day, midday before lunch periods, we'd have prayer. And, it wasn't much different. It was a little different than public schools. We had mass every Wednesday, so we could choose mass or study halls.
Oh, really? You could actually have a decision?
Yeah, decision to choose.
What time of day would that happen then?
Just usually around like noon.
Okay. And what did you think the biggest difference between culture from the public and private schools were? Just like with the student body and just how everyone acted and...
Well, the student body at the public schools was a lot different than the Catholic schools. See a lot more violence in our public schools, I think, when I was
Oh, really?
more fights. But, I mean, there's a few fights at Walsh too, but I say more at public schools, more violence.
How do you think the dress code played into everything? Maybe do you think there were less like groups because everyone kind of dressed the same, or was it more?
Yeah, there was a lot less groups at Walsh. More Medina, there's lots of Catholic groups, or
cliques,
different cliques. Yeah, you know.
Okay. And you played sports at Walsh, right?
Yeah, played basketball and football.
And how was that set up differently at Medina, from Medina?
Walsh was more like oriented in sport. We were much more close to like a team. We do more team-oriented things. But Medina, it was just kind of, the coaches weren't the same as they were at Catholic schools.
The sports were kind of more
they're more serious
focused
at Catholic schools.
Okay, I understand. And you said your dad and your uncle went to Walsh?
Yeah, they both went there.
And your dad, he played football, did you say before?
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of went there because maybe he played football too, and...
Yeah, he knew the coach. He was friends with the head coach.
Okay. And what would you say, just comparing the two schools, the quality of education? Do you think that Walsh was maybe a better school, or like where did you get better grades at?
I got much better grades at Medina, but Walsh was more, they focused more on like the students that were in their class. They paid more attention to them.
Okay.
They're a lot better teachers, I would say, more at Walsh than they were at Medina.
So Medina maybe was easier schedule and everything, more easier curriculum?
Right.
Okay, I understand. Well, that's about it. If there's anything else you want to add, great, but I think I got about everything.
All right, cool.
I appreciate it. Nice seeing you, Corey.
Nice seeing you.
Come in, please. Wait, get it unlocked here. Thank you, Frank. Or Jordan.
Hi, Mr. Story. How are you?